What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another new podcast. Got some more clips we're going to be reacting to today. And honestly, I don't even know where to begin. Sometimes I see these clips and I'm like, what is going on in the world? But we're going to break it down. And before we do, just make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Go ahead, hit that notification bell so you know every time I release a video, and show a little love to the like button. But let's start with a good word from my pastor.
Ladies, girls, when you get up to get dressed to come to church, you need to realize you're coming to the holy house of God. You ought not to come here to show off, your legs. And if you're constantly having to fight to stay decent, you got the wrong wardrobe on. And not just for church, but for anywhere else. Now, I am not mad. I'm just trying to tell you the truth.
Now, he's absolutely correct. And I think we're at a bad place in society when we have to tell women how to dress when it comes to church. I understand we're in this sexual liberation movement and policing a woman's body is something that's taboo, but this is not the club. And there should be something inside of us that wants to show respect when we go inside of a house of worship, regardless of whether we pray to that God, whether we follow that religion. When you're in a place like that, you just show a level of reverence because you understand what those beliefs mean to somebody and you don't want to do something that's going to distract from that message. I sit back and think, if Jesus was at church, would you dress that way? And the sad reality is I think some people would. So keep this in mind, fellas. If she's not going to listen to Jesus, what makes you think she's going to listen to you?
Male college students at Princeton University participated in studies of how the male brain reacts to seeing people in different amounts of clothing. Brain scans revealed that when men are shown pictures of scantily clad women, the region of the brain associated with tools such as screwdrivers and hammers lit up. Some men showed zero brain activity in the medial prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that lights up when one ponders another person's thoughts, feelings, and intentions. Researchers found this shocking because they almost never see this part of the brain shut down in this way. And a Princeton professor said, it's as if they're reacting to these women as if they are not fully human. It's consistent with the idea that they are responding to these photographs as if they were responding to objects, not people. Male college.
Now, I'm shocked she's even shocked by this. Most men do not need a scientific study or research to understand this concept. If we see a woman in revealing tight clothes, we're not thinking about who she is or where her GPA might have been or her background. We're thinking about back shots. And here's the uncomfortable truth. This is why a lot of women receive the attention that they do. We live in a society that promotes sexual promiscuity. It promotes wearing whatever you want. People shouldn't judge you. You can't police a woman's body. But a man is looking at that, and I'm sorry, but he's gonna react the way that he does. And if all he sees you as is a sexual object, well, all you're gonna get in return is sexual attention. So if you don't wanna be seen in that way, then you shouldn't be giving off that kind of energy and dressing that way. And you can sit here and talk about what's right or what's wrong, but I like to deal in what is and what isn't. And this scientific study shows us what is.
Would you be cool with a guy that makes less money, but he's a hard worker, like he's ambitious?
Yeah.
Let's say he just started his own business, but he makes $45,000 a year. Would you date him?
You wouldn't be able to afford my engagement ring. I'm getting an 8-carat cushion cut vintage engagement ring. If you make $45,000 a year, it would take you 4 years? No. 8 years to afford my engagement ring?
I don't know anything about rings. How much is that?
About $200,000.
Girl, you want a $200,000? Are you insane?
My ring has to sparkle from across the street. Like, you have to see that shit. It's gonna blind people.
But that's so superficial. That's like so superficial.
But it's about so much more than that. It's about the fact that you can afford that, right? I go to yoga with this girl who has an 8-carat diamond engagement ring.
Yeah.
A weed company and drives an Audi. So it's about more than just it's about the fact that you can afford that.
Okay, well, I'm just thinking, like, You're gonna miss out on a lot of guys because I'm telling. No, but not in a good way. Not in a good way. I'm telling you, like, if my mom asked for that from my dad would have told her to go find a new boyfriend because there's no way in hell he was going to spend $200,000 on an engagement ring.
I don't know where a lot of these women are getting this delusional mindset from, but if they don't drop it, they're going to end up with a life of loneliness and regret. Look at her and be realistic. A man that can afford a $200,000 engagement ring, do you think he's choosing her? What are the chances? And I think a self-evaluation is very important in these kind of situations, because if you're banking everything on this kind of man finding you and wanting to marry you, you should know the odds of that bet, and they're very low. You should be looking more so for an average guy, not somebody that's a bum or doesn't have anything going for him. I mean, just a regular guy. A man that makes $200,000 or can afford a $200,000 engagement ring, he's not a regular guy. He's not average. He's doing things on a level that most men can't do. So he's gonna want a woman that most men can't get. And are you that kind of woman? Because from where I'm sitting, you don't seem to be that way. I could be wrong. Maybe you got those kind of guys in your inbox and you have access to them. But from the outside looking in, I don't think that that's a safe bet. And one of the problems that I'm seeing is she's trying to compete with her friend. You saw how she mentioned her friend's fiance's material items. Oh, he has an Audi. He has this business. He has this amount of money. I think what it is she wants to get a man that can compete with her friend's man so that she doesn't drop down in the social hierarchy amongst her friends. That's a terrible way to select a husband. And that's one of the reasons why the divorce rates are so high, because people are not getting married to build families and to build communities. They're getting married to show off.
All right, ladies, how y'all feel about the brunch today? I wanted to know more so why I was at the bottom. I'm very strong. I have a lot going for myself. I am a catch. I bring the whole table. I'm not bowing down. I don't feel like, you have to cater to a man and because I'm older. Girl, what? Why should I treat a man like he's a prize when I pay my own bills? Okay.
You can't have this, you don't need a man mentality and then expect a man to want you. It's about my role as a woman. I was made
To be a helpmate.
my role to be a helpmate. You came up, he ain't no king. Y'all over here serving him.
Sweetheart, excuse me, let me finish. I wanted to know more so why I was at the bottom.
I'm glad there were other real women there to check her, because everything she said was why she's at the bottom. She's strong, she's independent, she brings her own money, she's the prize, she's the table, yada, 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 yada. No man cares about that shit. We understand that you're not really bringing your money to the relationship. A lot of women do not want to go 50-50. They want you to pay most, if not all, the bills. So why throw that out there that you're bringing money that you have no intention on sharing? And also, why do these women never talk about what they actually do and what they actually bring to the table? All they talk about is what they don't do. I remember when I used to date online, I would see profiles all the time filled with women talking about what they don't do. I don't do this, I don't do that. And it's just like, what do you do? What do I get from being with you? Why would I want to invest my time and energy into what you have going on? And women like her and women like the ones I was just talking about, they're going to end up by themselves and they're going to get bitter. And you know why? They have to put distance in between that want and need of a man. And the only way a lot of them can do that is being bitter and saying that they don't want one. So a woman like that who wants one, and she's looking for one, clearly she's on a TV show trying to find a man. But as them years tick off and she gets older, because you heard her mention her age, so she knows that that's working against her, she's just gonna get more bitter and more bitter. And it's going to be a sad story when time runs out and she can no longer attract a man. But that's going to do it. So subscribe to the channel, like the video. And if you have anything to say, Leave it in the comments below. And until another time, I'll see you guys later.